Examples 2 and 3 both apply what's called the slope formula. We've already used slope to graph lines, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Slope can be found if you know 2 points in the plane, point 1 and point 2. So these are subscript 1 for point 1, subscript 2 for point 2. The slope is the difference in the y's over the difference in the x's. Subtract over subtract. Y is on top, x is on bottom. The most common mistake people make with slope is they do it upside down. Y's go on top. And there's going to be a question in your homework. I don't know if I ask it anymore or not, but if I do, there's a question that says, why does it not matter which point is point 1 or point 2 in the slope formula? Okay, so let me give you a quick demonstration of why. If I've got, let's say, 6 minus 4 over 3 minus 5. All right, let's say that's what the y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 creates, okay? What's 6 minus 4 equal?
2.
Positive 2, right? And 3 minus 5? Negative 2. The overall slope's going to be negative 1 then, right?
Yes.
All right. If I flip those around, so if I make 4 and 5 go in front, 6 and 3 going back. So 4 minus 6 over 5 minus 3. What's 4 minus 6 equal?
Negative 2.
A different number, right?
Yeah.
What's 5 minus 3 equal?
2.
Also a different number. What's negative 2 over 2 equal?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. So if I flip the signs of the subtraction around, it changes the sign, right? If I change the sign on the top and the bottom to the opposite, then the overall fractions value stays the same because I've changed both the top and the bottom sign. So I'm still dividing a negative by a positive or a positive by a negative. If I had a positive, suppose I ended up with 6 over 7 as my slope, and I flip the subtraction around, I get negative 6 over negative 7, right? That is positive 6/7. They're equal to each other. So if you switch the order, what's going to happen is the sign is going to change on the top and the sign is going to change on the bottom. Those sign changes create the overall fraction sign staying the same. Something along those lines. Use your own words, but that's how you describe it. Changing this order changes the sign on top, changes the sign on the bottom, changing both signs creates a fraction with the same sign. So, with that in mind, find the slope of the line that passes through the points negative 3, 4, and positive 5, negative 2. I'm going to call this point 1 and call this point 2. Simply make a decision. You don't have to actually write down your decision, but mentally make a decision what point 1 and point 2 are. And the slope formula tells me specifically to take the second y minus the first y on top. So negative 2 minus 4. And the second x minus the first x in the bottom, 5 minus negative 3. The formula itself says to subtract, so I do minus. But again, I'm going to write minus the number. If the number is a positive, just minus. If it's minus a negative, I put the parentheses there. So what this actually is on top, negative 2 minus 4 is going to be negative 6. The minus minus becomes plus plus. 5 plus 3 is 8. Negative 6 over 8 is negative 3/4. If the slope comes out as a fraction, fine. If it comes out as a whole number or an integer, go ahead and write it as a whole number integer. You don't have to put it over 1. So just, you can allow a fraction to disappear if that happens. I'm going to move on to 98.3 in the same video because it's the same problem. It says, work example 98.2 again, but this time use 5 negative 2 as point 1 and negative 3/4 as point 2. Again, the whole purpose of this is just to show that we get the same answer. So we got negative 3/4 for this one. We should get negative 3/4 for this one. So this is point 2, that's point 1. Apply the slope formula. Second y minus first y on top. So that's 4 minus negative 2. Second x minus first x in the bottom. That's negative 3 minus 5. Minus minus means plus plus. 4 plus 2 is 6. Negative 3 and negative 5 make negative 8. Reduce that, you get negative 3/4 as an answer. All right. So we have two different types of problems today. Find the distance between 2 points. Find the slope of a line passing through 2 points. Make sure when you get 2 points, don't make an assumption what they're asking. Do what they're asking you to do. And again, down the road, they're going to ask us to find the equation of a line passing through 2 points. That's even one extra thing they're going to ask us to do. So each time you get this information, read the problem to see what it is you're supposed to do and do what you're supposed to do.